So before we continue, I'm just going to have a short little recap about what we did on Monday. So on Monday, we were talking about the differences between the types of number patterns, right? So who remembers the two types of number patterns that we have? Tyler. Tyler raised his hand pretty quickly. Yes, Tyler?
The geometric patterns and arithmetic patterns.
And which geometric and? Arithmetic, okay. So geometric and arithmetic. So Masisazi, can you tell us what the difference between the two is? Jeez, yo. Okay, while Masisazi tells us, I'm gonna figure this writing thing out.
Ma'am, can you please repeat the question?
The question was, what's the difference between geometric and arithmetic patterns?
Okay, just a second, ma'am.
All right. Tasha, do you want to try? Maybe explain one, and then Masisazi will tell us another one. Tasha is so shocked. Yes, try.
Okay, ma'am, first of all, I wanted to say that at school, I'm not really doing the arithmetic patterns, but not that I don't understand them. It's just I'm doing geometric and numeric patterns.
Oh, they're the same, okay. We just call them arithmetic.
Is it just another word?
Yes, it's just that they're the same, okay. So can you tell us which type of patterns those are?
Oh, I think my mom's calling me.
Masisazi, are you ready?
Hey, ma'am. Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
Go for it.
Okay, ma'am. I think arithmetic is ma'am, your question.
Okay, let me write a pattern down and then I want Bonolo to tell us what type of pattern I'm writing down, okay? 1, 3, 5, 7. Bonolo, what type of pattern is that?
Ma'am, I think it's a geometric pattern.
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Oh, it's arithmetic pattern.
Arithmetic, right? Because
Yes, ma'am.
arithmetic, remember, has the same difference. Do you guys remember now?
Yes,
So to
ma'am.
go from 1 to 3, how much did we add? We added 2. From 3 to 5, we added 2. From 5 to 7, we added 2. So we keep adding the same number. That's how you know you have an arithmetic pattern. Rolivua, how do we know that we have a geometric pattern?
We know that we have a geometric pattern because it's multiplying or dividing the same number each time.
There we go. So if we're multiplying or dividing the same number each time, then we know we have a geometric pattern. For instance, if I have 1, 2, 4, Mutebang, what's the next number? Mutebang. Tenji, do you want to give it a try?
Ma'am, I think it's 8.
Oh, there we go. It's 8, ne? We're multiplying by how much each time?
2 times.
Exactly, we're multiplying by 2. So the two different patterns we did was arithmetic and geometric, right? So the other one we are multiplying or dividing by the same. And the other one we are adding or subtracting the same number. So now we are moving on to rules, okay? Certain rules for how you can find patterns. Let's look at our first example. Here, it says, find the 10th term in the pattern using a rule instead of continuing the pattern to the 10th term. So what it's saying is, instead of writing 3, 4, 5, 6 until you reach the 10th term, you have to find a rule that makes it easier for you to do that, right? So let's start with this example. First of all, is it an arithmetic or a geometric pattern? Let's start there. Simpiwe, what do you think? Okay, Simpiwe is not in the mood to talk. Linda Lion, who's
Ma'am?
Linda Lion? Oh,
Ma'am,
there we go. Yes, yes.
ma'am, my name is wrong. It's supposed to be Olo.
Okay, if your name is wrong, then send a direct message to Teacher Coco, okay? See that awesome person over there? Teacher Coco, that's where you send your name, okay? So if your hand is up, I'm gonna assume you want to answer my question and I'm gonna call on you, right? Okay, Rolivua, is this arithmetic or geometric? Okay, so this is an arithmetic pattern, right? From 3 to 4, we add 1. From 4 to 5, we add 1. 5 to 6, we're adding 1, and so on. Right, so we have established that this is definitely an arithmetic pattern. But if we want a rule, we want a rule that relates to the position of the number, right? Term, okay, let me use a different highlighter. Let me use pink. So do you agree that these are the position of the term? So when I say position, I'm asking what number is that term, right? So 1 means it's term number 1. 2 is term number 2, and so on, right? So term number 1 has a value of what? What is term number 1? Nima?
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't see my hand was up and I was still trying to understand. Sorry.
Okay, but did you understand my explanation? Not really.
Not
Okay.
really.
Okay, let's try again. So in our table, we have the position. When we say position, we are asking what number did you come in, right? If I say to you, what position did you come in? It means were you number 1, or were you number 2, were you number 3? So the position means, is this number 1 or number 2 or number 3, right? And then the term, which I'm highlighting in green, is the value of the term. Okay, so it's term number 1. The one that is number 1 is 3. The one that is number 2 is 4. Linda Lion, your hand is still up. Do you have a question, or do you want to answer me and tell me what term number 3 is? What's the value of term number 3?
No, ma'am, it was a mistake.
Oh, okay. So term number 3 is, Nima, is your hand up? Now I see your physical hand is up. Okay, there we go. Term number 3 is? No, don't confuse the position and the term, right? The one that is in position 3, what is it? Position 3. So it is 5. Okay. What was that, Mujalifa? Well done. Okay. The one that is in position 4 is 6. And the question was, find the one that is in position 10. Okay. So instead of writing them until we drop, you just have to look, how do I relate the position and the term? Do you agree that 1 plus 2 equals 3? Can you see that? right? 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. Can you all see that? 4 plus 2 is 6, right? So can you see that in this specific pattern that we have here, what we do is we take the position, which is up here. Okay, nope. Pretend that was a beautiful circle. We take the position here and we add 2. Right? So you said position number 1 plus 2 and it gave you 3. If it's the second one and you add 2, it gives you 4 and so on. Eh? That's how they got that the term that is in position number 10 has to be 12. Do we get it? Okay, there's probably a lot going on in the chat. I see 70 messages. Give me a second to see what's happening.
That's okay, ma'am. We're all admiring your perfect circle. So I think it's all good. Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Teacher Kat, if you don't mind, guys, can I get like an emoji about how you're feeling about this particular one for now quickly? Everybody just pop me an emoji in the chat. Give me a, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. So. Yes, I just want to see where you guys are at with the idea here. Oh, I'm seeing so many great. Oh, I was a little confused. That's okay. I'm gonna send me a private message and you and I can have a bit of a chat. Okay.
Okay. Some are getting it, but it's okay. Okay. The more we do it, I think the better we'll get at it. Okay. Yeah, let's look at the second example quickly. So the second example says, find the 18th term. So guys, the reason we would want to rule is for questions like this, right? If I say to you, what is the 50th term of this pattern? You don't want to write them down until you get to number 50. That's going to take forever, right? So you want to find a rule that will make it easier for you to find term number 50 without having to write down term number 1, term number 2, term all the way until term number 50, okay? So we're going back to, here we go. Position. Remember I said position is telling you, where does this number stand? What's the position of this number? Let me go. Let me just stick to the word position. What is the position of this number? Okay, so this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 that you see at the top is the position. So 1 means it's in first place. Okay, 2 means it's the second place. 3 means it's the third place. 18 means it's the 18th place. Okay, so position means where does this number stand in our pattern? And then you have the term. So term tells you what the value is, right? It's like saying who is in term number 1. It's like saying who is in term number 1 and you're saying teacher Kat's in term number 1, right? So term number 1 in this case is -8, right? Term number 2 is -16. Ayo, okay, you had your hand up. I thought you were gonna, who knows what term number 3 is? What's term number 3? Tyler?
-24.
-24. And term number 4? Tasha, what's term number 4?
Oh, sorry, ma'am. My hand was for term, the one that Tyler said. But term number 4 is ma'am, which term number 4? Sorry.
This
I'm
one,
very
at
sorry.
the bottom now, okay.
At the bottom,
Yes.
-32.
There we go. So it's -32. So you guys are getting the hang of it a bit, right? So we have the position of the term, where does it stand? And then we have the value of the term. What is it? Who is term number 4? Right. So after you do all of these, you check, how do I get from the position to the term? And do you all agree that we multiplied the position by -8 to get the term? So let's see what they're saying here. So we said we multiply the position, which is, okay, term number 1 times -8 is, we've done integers, right? So what's 1 times -8? Bonolo? Okay, Anati, what's 1 times -8? Babalo. Okay, Anati, there we go.
1 times -8 is -8.
-8, right? And then you check, is term number 1 really -8? And it is, right? So our rule works. So term number 2 means you take the position, which is 2 times -8, which is -16. 3 is position number 3 times -8, which is -24, and so on. Right. So I would like Anat to just answer me. Manda, tell me what term number 10 is. What do you think term number 10 would be?
Ma'am, I'm quickly calculating.
Okay, no problem. You want to do it together? Term number 5 would be 5 times -8, which is -40. So Manda, are you ready? What's term number 10? Okay, Patson.
Is it -80?
It is, right? Because we say position number 10 multiplied by -8, which is -80. So are you all sort of getting the hang of it now? I hope you are. Teacher Coco, if there are any serious questions, then you can stop me before I move on.
I will do. I think everyone's with you so far. And if not, guys, please remember just to send me or Teacher Kat a quick DM and I can help you in the DMs. Actually, just send me one. Okay, but I think we're looking good, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Okay, so let's look at this table below. Let me do this quickly. Let's look at the table below. So in this table, we have a term number, which is our position. Previously, we used position. In this case, it's just term number. Oh, geez, never mind. And then we have term, which we have established that it is the value of the term. So we have term number, which is position. And we have term. So term number 1 is 15. Term number 2 is 19. Term number 3 is 23. So previously, in the previous lesson, we would only work with the bottom part that says term. Okay. So we would only work with 15, 19, 23, 27, and see what do we add to get to the next term. Right? So let's do that and see what do we add to get to the next term. Anzani has her hand up very quickly. Number 6. What should go into number 6? Okay, first of all, is this an arithmetic or geometric pattern?
I think arithmetic.
There we go. It's arithmetic, right? Because
Yes,
we are
ma'am.
adding how much every time?
4 and then 3.
Are you sure? So 15 plus what gives you 19? 4,
4.
right? You said 4.
Yes.
19 plus what gives you 23?
3. No,
Try
4.
again.
Sorry, ma'am.
There we
4.
go. So we're adding 4 each time, right?
Yes,
Here
ma'am.
as well, 23 plus 4 gives you 27. So if you add 4 to 31, how much do you get? Ushe, do you want to try?
Yes, ma'am.
There we go.
Ma'am, the answer is 35.
Mm-hmm. And then,
And then 39.
okay, let me first fix this thing and write. There we go. 35, 39, and the last one is? Okay, 39 plus 4, which is 43. Now, see what I meant when I said we need a rule, right? We cannot keep writing them down until we get to term number 50. That would be a lot, right? So let's see how Lungile decided to solve this. So first she saw that you added 4 each time, which we have established. Congratulations, right? And then she noticed something. For term number 1, so now we're back here at term numbers. Ne? For term number 1, she said, okay, let me use my highlighter so you can see where I am now. Let's use orange. So for term number 1, she would say 11 plus 1 times 4. Right. So now we're going back to BODMAS. BODMAS says you must do what first? Pasitana, what does BODMAS say? Tatum, do you want to try? What does BODMAS say? Tatum. Okay, Mutibang. BODMAS says you must multiply first, okay? So if you said 11 plus 1 and then you multiplied by 4, then you're being naughty, right? BODMAS says multiplication first. So you're going to end up with 11 plus 1 times 4 is a 4, and that gives you 15, right? For term 2, it's term 2, it's 11 plus 2 times 4, which is 11 plus 8. So I need, okay, Mujalifa, what's going to happen with term 3?
Ma'am, are we not going to do 11 plus 3 times 4?
There we go, we're getting the hang of it, ne? Which is 11 plus
Yes,
what?
ma'am. Plus, plus 12, 11 plus 12.
Plus 12, and the answer is 23. Thank you.
Yes.
And let's see who's next. Nima, do you want to do term number 4 for us? Nima?
It's 11 plus 4 times 4, which is 27.
4 times 4, which is 27. And then 5 is 11 plus 5 times 4, which is 11 plus 20, and that's how we get to 31. And 6 is 11 plus 6 times 4, which is 35. And then I need Retumezi to get ready to do term 10 for us. And Takalani is going to do term number 50 for us. Okay, Retumezi, let's hear it. How do we do term number 10?
$11 plus 10.
11 plus
10
just 10
times 4.
Oh, times 4, which is 11 plus 40. And how much is that? 51, right? And then, okay, who did I say is doing number Takalani? Term number 50.
Ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna say 11.
11. Okay, wait, let me move this down. 11
plus.
Jeez. Okay, let me fix this. Give me 2 seconds. You calculated so long, so you give me the answer when you're done, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Technology is failing us again. Well, failing me this time. Okay, let's see. 11. Now it's a highlighter. No, ma'am. 11. There we go. Plus
50.
50
times 4.
Times 4, which is how much?
So, ma'am, 50 times 4, which equals to 200.
So it's 11 plus 200.
Which is 211.
Which is 211. Okay, you guys are getting the hang of this, right? You're getting the hang of it. So number D, describe in your own words how term 50 can be calculated. Let's say it in words. Tenji, do you want to try and tell us in words how we get to term number 50? How did we get to term 50? Okay, Boucher.
Ma'am, what we would say is that since 11 plus 50 times 4, we say 50 times 4 is 200, and then we say 11 plus 200, that will give us 211.
Okay, so term number 50, we got it by, you multiply 50 by 4, and then you add 11, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now you're going to try something on your own. I think I've been talking too much. My ears are ringing from my own talking. So I'm going to give you guys time. There we go. Okay, let's first do maybe we should do number 1 together. I think we should do number 1 together. And then you guys can go ahead and do number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's look at number 1. It says find the unknown term in the pattern using the rule instead of continuing the pattern. So again, they're saying to us, don't go and write down all the terms until you get to term number 10. Okay, we should have made it 50 because I know some of you are going to cheat and write them down. But don't go write them down. find a rule you can use to find term number 10. Okay, so let's do number 1 together. So for number 1, we have position. And the first one is 6. The second one is 12. The third one is 18. The fourth one is 24. Tatum, can you tell us what the fifth one is? $30. There we go. Thank you very much. So number 5 is 30. Okay, my pen will start working when it catches. Oh, there we go. Number 5 is 30. So do you agree that we're adding 6 every time? That's that's how we're getting the next term, right? But now we have to look at how do the position and the term relate. So now we have to look at how do the position, which is in pink, and the term, which is in blue, relate. Okay, do you all agree that 1 times 6 is 6? Right? So we all saw that. And then 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 12. I mean 18. Woo, the way I said it with confidence. It's not 12, guys. It's 18.
Ooh, ma'am,
Don't mind my confidence. I said it with so much confidence. Also, I was like, it's 12. It's not 12.
You need to remind her, guys. Just be in the chat like, no, ma'am, 3 times 6 is 18.
Oh, thank you. Yo, I'm glad Teacher Coco's here, guys. She's my savior. So do you all agree that to find the term, we have to multiply the position, which we have over here, position with 6. So we multiply position by 6 and we get your term. So position number 1 times 6 is 6. Position number 2 times 6 is 12. Position number 3 times 6 is 18. So with that being said, who's going to tell me what the value of position number 10 is? Motebang, you're the first one on my screen. What is the value of position number 10?
60.
60, because you say position, which is 10 times 6, which is 60. So here we have our 60. Thank you very much. So you all understand, right? So this time we're not looking at how they relate from the next term. We're looking at how they relate from the position to the term. Okay. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to try and answer all of them. And then while the rest of you are working, I will take questions. Tertia looks like she has a question. She can't hold it in. She's just like,
I see her.
So I'll take questions. And then you guys do number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, Tertia?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask, when you are finding the term and multiplying and stuff, is it in, you don't really have to use BODMAS in all of the ones you're doing. Like, I mean, like, ma'am, when is the perfect time? How do you know you should use BODMAS in a specific sum with the term?
For instance, with number 1, we were only multiplying, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I mean, you wouldn't need to use BODMAS because there wasn't any adding or subtracting or anything like that, right? But if you look at number 2, something special is happening there. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't necessarily just say position times term or position times this. Do you agree that we're going to be adding or subtracting something as well? So that's how you sort of know. If you have a plus or a minus, then you have to always follow the order of operations, okay? So
Yes.
whatever you do in maths, you just remember in your mind what maths. So if there are brackets, you do them first. If there's multiplication and division, you do it before addition and subtraction.
Subtraction. Thanks,
Okay.
Ma.
You're
I just
welcome.
wanted to make sure.
Okay. Okay, I'm giving you a few minutes. I'm going to keep quiet now.
Ma'am, can Mujalifa just ask one quick question? I think he's a little bit confused and he just wants a little bit of clarification. Is that okay?
Okay, okay. Mujalifa, go for it.
Ma'am, for number one, ma'am, are we multiplying by 2 or adding 6?
No, okay, it depends on where you look at it, right? If we are just looking at the term, let's say we're looking at term, those are the blue ones, right? Were you here last week?
Yes,
In
ma'am.
last week's lesson?
No, ma'am.
I mean in Monday's lesson, sorry, not last week.
Yes, ma'am. I was here on in Monday's lesson.
Yes, so on Monday, we were only working with the blue stuff. Can you see? Remember, we would give you a sequence
ma'am.
and be like 6, 12, 18, right? And then you had to tell us what was coming
Yes, ma'am.
next based on the one before. So you would look at 6 and 12 and say, okay, I'm adding 6 to go from 6 to 12. I'm adding 6 to go from 12
Yes,
to 18. So now we added the position into the mix. Okay. So now we're saying the
Yes, ma'am.
number 6 is the first one. So it's in position number 1.
1.
Yes.
Yes.
So the number 12 is in position number 2.
2.
So I said to you
Yes, ma'am.
guys, it's easy to find the next term. If I'm saying to you, find, let's say the next 3 terms, then it's easy to just add 6 every time, right? Add 6, add 6, add 6. But
Yes,
what
ma'am.
if I say to you, find
ma'am.
the term that is in position number 50, let's say something crazy like that, right? Then you need to have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
rule you can use to find term number 50 without having to write everything down until you get to term number 50. You see?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you have to look at how do the position and the term relate. So you have to check, how do I
Okay,
get
yes,
from
ma'am.
1 to 6? You say 1 times 6. Then you check, does it work with the next
Yes.
one? Okay, number 2 times 6 is 12, which is the term. Okay, it works. Does it work with number 3? Okay, number
Yes, ma'am.
3 times 6 is 18, so it works. So now you know, if I say to you, what is term number 10? Then you say, okay, term number 10 times 6 is 60.
60.
Yes, so do you see now
Yes,
why
ma'am.
we
Thank
now
you,
we
ma'am.
are relating them with position to term instead of going from one term to the next, to the next, to the next.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Thank you,
feel
ma'am.
better? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
awesome. Okay, 5 minutes is up. I was relaxing. I'm sorry. 5 minutes is up. I'm hoping you guys were able to find my next terms. Okay, I see hands going up, so I'm hoping you guys have, it means you guys have answers for me, né? Okay, let's see. Who's number one? Tenji. Tenji. Okay, Tyler wants to do number 3, noted. And Tenji, what did you get for number 2?
Sorry. For number 2, I got 2.
You got 2.
2. So for the
Okay.
10th number, I got 2.
Okay, so let's check. So you go from there to there, and did you add or subtract 1?
I add 1. I was adding
Add 1. There we go, guys. So you add 1. So from 4, -4, if you add 1 for number 5, you get -3 for number 5. Okay, this one is a bit difficult to find the rule, right? Did you just keep adding until you got to number 10?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, remember it says with using a rule instead of writing all the terms down until we get to number 10. So I think I probably should have given you a rule before you got into where you are right now. Forgive me, guys, but I'm going to give you the rule now. And it says, okay, first of all, do you agree that this is an arithmetic sequence? We keep adding 1, right? So it's an arithmetic pattern. So the constant difference is +1. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to make A the first term. What's our first term? What's term number 1?
It's 7.
7 or -7?
I mean, -7, sorry.
There we go. Be careful, okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
to find the rule, we usually say it's A plus n minus 1 d. I'm not sure if this is how Lee was going to do it, but I see that number 2 is a bit tricky. Is there anyone who found the rule without using my formula? Put your hand up or in the chat or somewhere. Is there anyone who found the rule without using this formula that I'm about to write down now? Let me check in the chat. Tehila. Okay, Tehila. Without adding until you get to number 10 and without using this that I just wrote on the side, what did you do? Tehila, go for it. Hello. Okay, the people that said they got it without. Okay, everyone said Tertia. There we go. Tertia, unmute to tell us how you got it without.
Ma'am, first of all, wow, ma'am, I don't know I didn't use the method you used. I did the method I do at school. I first did TN, and then I put an equal sign, and then after that I did put because my teacher told me that I put the number that I want to find first, and then I put T and then the number again. Sorry, ma'am, it's just so hard to explain, but like I can write it down and then I just know how to find the rule with that number.
Okay, so you said you put TN and then you put the number you want.
Sorry, ma'am, it's just hard to explain. but
Okay, let me try with this rule and see if you guys get it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
If this is not the rule that Teacher Lee was going to use, then she'll come and help you guys out. But as far as I know, in grade 7, you're supposed to just try stuff and see if they work. Okay.
Yes,
so the rule for here actually is that you multiply this position with a -1. So you say -1 times your position, which is 1, and then you minus, is it 6? Okay, I can't see, guys. Now I'm in the dark. Yes, negative and -6. Okay, so if we check this rule, it's going to be -1 times 1. This is where we use BODMAS. I think it's Tertia who asked, Tertia, I can't remember, Tertia who asked where we use BODMAS. So -1 times 1 is -1 minus 6 is -7. Okay, if you tried with position number 2, we're going to say -1 times position number, which is 2 minus 6, which is, okay, -1 times 2. Okay, but it doesn't work for the next number. Okay, now, can I leave this one fully because I'm having a brain block now? Teacher Coco, do you see how we get the next terms here? I feel like my brain is just not working.
Okay, let's try this. If I go from 1 to -7, I'd have to -8.
Yes. Oh, it is that
so
simple.
I'd say 1 minus 8.
Oh my gosh.
Give me
was that simple. Guys, brain
And then
block.
if I
You
have to
should
go
sleep
from
at
2
night.
to -6, I would have to -8.
This is why
From
Teacher
3 to
Coco is here.
-8.
So if you
Okay,
say
let's
term
try
number,
that. I just picked it up, you guys. Yeah.
literally,
So
I
maybe
was
let's
looking
try
at this for the longest time and I couldn't figure it out.
No,
Okay.
it's sometimes it's right in front of you, you can't see it, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's that
honestly,
simple.
I figured the last ones out and I couldn't figure the first one out. Okay. So thanks to Teacher Coco, if you say the position, which is number 1, subtract 8, and you get -7. If you take position number 2 and you subtract 8, you get -6. Okay, so Sarah can tell us what number 10 is. Sarah, are you there? Okay, Tyler, can you tell us what number 10 is?
Ma'am, for number 3 or 2?
For number 2, we're still on number 2.
Oh, ma'am, I said +2.
+2, because you say 10 minus 8, and that gives you 2. Okay, so we're gonna do the quiz soon. So I'm just gonna give the answers quickly so we can go off to the quiz. If technology can cooperate with me now. Nope, it's highlighting stuff instead of. There we go. Make space. So number 3, let's look at number 3 quickly. Do we all agree that we say the term number times 13, right? Because 1 times 13 is 13, 2 times 13 is 26, 3 times 13 is 39. So our 10th term would be 10 times 13, which is, Motebang, what's 10 times 13?
Is it 600?
No. It's negative 130.
Whoops.
Okay. And then for number 1, 2, 3, 4, do you agree that to go from 1 to -7, you say 1 times -7, 2 times -7 is -14, 3 times -7 is -21. So Tatum, number 10, how do you work out term number 10? Okay, gonna say 10 times -7, which is -70. Sorry guys, I'm rushing. You guys have to go do your quiz. And then the last one was very interesting because you had a 1 and a 2 and a 4 and a 9. Do you all agree that 1 squared, which is 1 times 1, is equal to 1, right? And 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4, and so on. Okay, so Tertia, tell us what term number 10 is.
Ma'am, I just thought you made a mistake where
Okay.
it said 10 times 13. I didn't see the 13. I wrote 30. So I was confused. I said to myself, is it 10 times 30? 300?
No, it's 1, 3.
Oh yeah. Sorry, ma'am. I just wanted
Okay.
to correct you, but then I saw, oh, I'm the one who made the mistake.
Okay, that's fine. Rolivua, can you tell us term number 10 quickly?
Yes.
There we go.
Term number 10 is 100 because
There
this
we
is
go.
the quadratic
Because it's 10
sequence.
squared, which is 10 times 10, and that is 100. Okay, that was enough work for today, right? I need a stretch.